Good day, friends. It's been a while now. You are welcome back to my channel, Taiwo Michael Oduyeba. That's my channel where we discuss about subjects like mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and English. And today we'll be considering some past questions on classification of living things, or we call it taxonomy. By examining these questions on the board, we have the first question is not actually a JAMB question, but there's no how you can get the JAMB question without giving support to the first question I am asking. Look at this now. Which of these organisms is most primitive? When we talk about primitiveness or primitive, we are talking about evolutionary order. Evolutionary order. And we want to see the question, say it's most primitive. We want the question is actually telling you to arrange from the least primitive to the most primitive. So let's look at the question. The most primitive, that means the one that is least in the animal, in the taxonomy of plants. Look at this: moss, fern, gymnosperm, and angiosperm. To aid my student memory, I said when you see questions like this, give it an acronym. So the acronym I'm giving this is TIBGA. The A there represents Talophytas. The Talophytas. And Talophytas. The B there represents Bryophytas. Bryophyta. The P there represents Pteridophyta. And G there represents Gymnosperm. And the A there represents Angiosperm. So I call it TIBGA. Under Talophytas, you talk about algae, you talk about Spirogyra, you talk about volvos, you talk about volvos, Spirogyra, Chlamydomonas. That's under Talophyta, all algae. The B there is Bryophyta. Bryophyta, you are talking about non-vascular plants like mosses and liverworts. And the P there is Pteridophyta, that is the ferns. And gymnosperm represents the conifers, the cycads, conifers and cycads. And lastly, the angiosperm. Angiosperm represents the flowering plants. Now that we have known this is the order: the least, followed by this one, followed by this, followed by this, and this is the highest. So the least there, which is the most primitive, fern is under Pteridophyta. Gymnosperm is angiosperm is the highest. So the most primitive means the least in the kingdom is Bryophyta. That is mosses. Mosses is under Bryophyta. Now that we have known the first question, this is the order: Talophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, and Angiosperm. Let's now examine the JAMB question 1983, question 34. So which of the following represents the evolutionary sequence in these plants? Evolutionary sequence in this plant. That is the most primitive to the highest primitive in the animal kingdom, in the plant, in the question on the board, the plants. We have the flowering plants, we have the ferns, the mosses, algae, and conifers. So I told us earlier that once you know my acronym TIBGA, you can do this on your own. The first one is flowering plant. Flowering plants are angiosperm. The ferns are under Pteridophyta. That's Pteridophyta. Moses are under bryophyta. Moses and Labour, bryophyta. Algae are under talophyta. And conifers are under gymnosperms. So they may change it to something like cycads. So the correct order here in increasing order is option. Let's look at the list, which is 4. That's talophyta. That's option E. Followed by 3, which is bryophyta. Looking my order. The first one, number 2, which is ferns, which is pteridophyta. 5, which is conifers, and 1, flowering plants, which is angiosperm. I know you have gained something in this video. Once you know this acronym, TBPAGA, TBGA, there's no question coming to you under evolutionary sequence. As far as time is concerned, you are free to go. You have gained something in this video. You will do well by subscribing to my YouTube channel, IKORODU. In case you are just joining for the first time, we also have our physical presence. Our physical presence is in IKORODU. You want to come physically and see our building, 4 Mega OLABOSHINDE CRESCENT, GBERIGBE, IKORODU, Lagos. See you in my next video. Or probably you want to connect with us online to have one-on-one training, or you are considering your distance is too far. Check the WhatsApp number on the screen. You can call us or give us a message. We'll be here to attend to you online. See you in my next video. Bye for now. Bye.